everybody, we're back. Thank you for sticking around during our absence. It looks like we only lost one subscriber, and well, that could have been a bot, so who knows. Anyways, thank you very much for joining us here today. This is Majik Ministries, and I am Nina Diedrich, the Magic Mom, and I'm here to give you a message from your soul today. And thank you as always for showing up for us, and we will continue doing our best to show up for you in one way or another anyways. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get our internet service installed here at our new house. Due to COVID, we're still having some difficulties getting technicians to come in to get that reinstated here in Louisiana. As some of you know, we moved in March from Washington State to the Deep South, and it was right when shit started hitting the fan. So we've been having a little bit of a difficult time getting some services hooked back up, and one of those is our internet. So just keep bearing with us as we work through our data, and unless we can hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm not going to be able to do live streams from my phone, at least for a little bit. So if you want to help us get 1,000 subscribers, that would be great. Just, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit the bell button too, because I post videos every day. Now, as a message to those of you returning, thank you so much for showing up for us now and as always. And we will continue showing up for all of you. And for those of you who are new and tuning in, welcome to the Magic family. We are overjoyed to have you join us here on our journey. So, as a note to those of you who do not know my entire backstory, I am a licensed health coach and life coach. I'm also a motivational speaker here on YouTube. I also do some in-person speaking too, but due to COVID, we're not really doing a lot of that right now, but I am willing to do things over Zoom. I am also a minister and a tarot reader. Well, I don't know if you could necessarily call it a tarot reader. I use tarot and oracle cards to bring messages in from spirit and source as they come to me. I am an empath and a clairvoyant, and I also have a lot of clairsentient capabilities as well. I also work with people's pets too, so if you have anything that you need questions about, make sure to shoot me an email at magicministries@gmail.com, and well, we'll hook you up. Now, the business is over. How about we get to today's cards? I think we're going to open it up today with some cards from The Universe Has Your Back deck, and that is by Gabrielle Bernstein, or Bernstein. I'm really not sure how to pronounce her last name, but we also did her Universe Has Your Back book. I read that to all of you, and there is a playlist in the playlist tab if you're interested in hearing what her book has to say. So let's grab those out of the tarot box, and let's get some cards. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Apparently the cards have quite a bit to say today. Not that I blame them, it's been a bit. But remember, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. And that's what we're all trying to do right now as we shed our light on this, well, massive amount of darkness that's being pulled up in order for all of us to look at it. But remember, the tower must fall so that it can be rebuilt again in the way it was meant to be in the first place. Now, from the bottom to the top, remember, we choose to learn through love. And our capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives us the words we need when we are ready to speak up the compassion we need when it is time to forgive, and the power we need when we are lost. Yes, it does. Amen to that, right? And most importantly, the moment we embrace our peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work, right? So no matter what is going on in your life, remember, just give it up to God or source or spirit or whatever it is that you call it, your highest aspect, and see what they can do. Sorry, excuse the dogs. Somebody just got home. And give it up to source, and just remember that sometimes there is a plan bigger than your own wants, and sometimes the universe is trying to give you something better than what it is that you asked for in the first place. At least, that's always my biggest wish. Oh, this one just fell off the top of the deck. So recognize that you have chosen fear and choose again. Choose love, right? So there's always going to be times in our lives where we get stuck in the drama and get sucked into the mass consciousness of everything's going to shit and the world is ending and nothing's ever going to be the same. But even though nothing is ever going to be the same, keep in mind that, well, maybe these things are being moved out of the way so that we can make room for something that's better. Yeah. Now, the bottom of the deck. Remember, you are the dreamer of your dream. So what is it that you're trying to accomplish in this life? Let's get a couple of Soul Truth cards out of Brianna Hovey's Soul Truth deck, and let's see what question your soul has for you today. And this is a good one. This is one that a lot of us have been going through, actually. Do you believe that you're worthy? Yes. Yes, you are. And so am I. So remember, you are worthy. You are deserving. And you are loved. So start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt up. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it, says the great Maya Angelou. So, today's first soul action says, for a big goal or dream you have, ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? And then I want you to chant like a mantra to yourself until you believe it. I am worthy of it all. Because you are. So worthy. Worthy of more things than you can even imagine. So what's our next question? Oh, there it is. This one came up a few weeks ago. What can I burn? And the answer to that is burn it. Burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn, because your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready, so use them. And your second soul action for today says, make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter look like? Because it can look like whatever it is you choose. But remember, even making a choice, or not making a choice, is making a choice in the end. It's making the choice to accept what it is that you're given instead of creating it for yourself. Let's get one more. Nice. This is a good one too. So what expectations do you have that are impossible to meet? The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they're not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them instead with gratitude. So today, your third and last soul action says to be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace, because peace is the home for your soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will indeed experience extreme fulfillment. And that is indeed the case. I have found in my moments of deepest surrender, when I just give it all up and decide that I do not have any idea what the fuck is going on or where the hell it should go from here, I experience the greatest peace in my life. Kind of like this forced break over the last week due to the whole COVID thing and lack of business. We had a huge financial hit over the last few months, and it's been super crazy. And when I finally just said, all right, you know what, fuck it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I don't know what's going on. And maybe I don't know what's best right now, but please, God, help. My husband got a new job, and he'll be starting that here really soon in the next, week or so. And he's making quite a bit more money and full-time and benefits, and everything is finally looking on the up. And most of it was just because I realized that, we really had no control over this whole COVID thing, and maybe the universe was working behind the scenes to line things up for us, and that was indeed the case. And over this few days of a break, we've had a little bit of a climb in subscribers too, so that's been kind of awesome. Even though I haven't been here recording every day, we had 5 or 6 new subscribers, which is amazing. And after 2 years on this channel, we're up to almost 23,000 views, and that's without being monetized, because I refuse to put ads in my videos. But so that, kind of limits my scope of exposure on YouTube, because they have a tendency to push the videos that are being advertised. And I didn't want to do that, just because I hate being interrupted with the ads when I'm watching a video, so I don't want you guys to have to do that when you're watching mine, right? And I believe that by putting these out to you for free, it'll come back to me in some other way, whether it's in clients or, just in random donations. And that is the case. I have received a lot of love from all of you, and, I do my best to try to return it in kind. And this has been a huge, huge growth cycle. If you go back to my beginning videos 2 years ago, I'm like a completely different being now than I was then. It's actually kind of funny. Every once in a while I'll go back and watch old videos and go, oh my gosh, but now, I've managed to achieve a lot of those goals that I set there in the beginning about, being a better communicator. And, I finished my ministry degree, and I became a certified life coach, and there's been a lot of things that have come out of this, and it's been great, and getting to spend all this time with all of you and not have it be ruled by whether or not I have enough ads in my videos, or how many people are clicking and how many views I get. That's been a huge weight off. Now it's just whoever needs to hear the message shows up, and they usually hear the message that they need to hear. And I always love to hear your guys' comments, and a lot of times thank you is just enough. And so I always try to make sure that when I'm watching other people's YouTube videos, I'm always commenting nice things too, and then that's what is returned to me on this channel too. I have very few incidences of trolling or anything else like that. So it's been really great, you know. So if you're thinking about starting one up yourself, do it. If nothing else, it's going to be a huge growth experience for you and yourself to be able to go back and look at where you were, you know, 2 years, 10 years ago, and have that visualization of all the growth that you've made. And so it's been a pretty lightening experience, all in all. But, you know, back to the cards, right? So the questions are, do we believe that we're worthy? And what can we burn out of our consciousness? You know, maybe our feelings of not worthiness. You know, that's the thing that we need to get rid of, because we are, you know, the phoenix rising from the ashes. And we've just gone through an extremely intense, you know, eclipse cycle, and there's lots of planetary crap going on. I'm not an astrologer. I have done a little bit of studying in astrology, but all the intricacies are a little bit beyond me right now to explain to all of you. But there's a million astrologers that you can find here on YouTube that can explain it better. But, you know, we've been having a lot of really crazy stuff going on in the stars, and it's going to be continuing to go like that through the end of the year. But I do know that the messages from Spirit are just, you know, stay the course, keep going, put one foot in front of the other, and do it with a grateful heart, and it'll be returned to you 1,000-fold, you know. And that's my greatest wish for all of you, is to maybe have a little bit of the light that I shed shine a spot on your life, on where you're doing good, where you're achieving your own greatness, and, you know, mostly just let you know that you're not alone in all of this. You know, this has been a huge growth period for all of us in the whole world. Let me just drink really quick. And, you know, and it's going to continue to be. Obviously, if you're done growing, then, you know, chances are you're going to pass on to the next cycle, you know, which is, you know, our death. And remembering, as we like to say from Neil Donald Walsh's books, with the one, you know. Remembrance is the act of reestablishing yourself as the one true source, instead of the individuation that you are right now in physicality. And I think the more we can keep that whole idea in mind, that, you know, we are all individuations of the greatest good of all, which is life, or God, or source, you know, the easier it is to kind of look at somebody else and go, yeah, you know, there was a time where I was like that too, but now I know better, you know. And that really is the key, knowing that now you know better, so you do not ever have to go back to that point in your life where you had a regret. And to, you know, let go of the shame and the guilt that are, you know, part of that whole learning process. The reason you made those choices then were because you didn't know better at the time, you know, and now you do. So you never have to go back there, and you can continue to, you know, make your steps up the ladder, and, you know, turn around and give your hand out to someone else who needs a little lift too, just like somebody at one time gave you one. And to remember, you're not alone in that. You know, we're all doing this together, right? So let's get a couple soul coaching cards so we can get a kind of some affirmations for today. And I may or may not read these out of the book. These are by Denise Lynn. I also did her series 2 in the playlist for her 28 days to realign with your soul book. That was a really good book too. And these cards are actually from that series. So we got 2. Focus. Ooh, I like that. And leadership. Nice. those are good. So remember, all of your thoughts are directed toward your highest good, because you are a beacon of radiance, support, and love, right? And that is what we're trying to achieve here, to be that, you know, that place where you go to remember that you are light and love, you know. You are that which you seek. And if you go within, you will find that small voice inside of yourself that reminds you that you have everything that you need already within you. All you have to do is align with it so that the universe can bring it to you in physicality. Because if you're not vibrating at that level, well, you're just going to keep getting what you're vibrating. And that's what our emotions are, you know, energy in motion. You know, it's our compass, so to speak, for what it is that we want to accomplish. So let's get the bottom of the deck. Ooh, and it is flow, because the glory of the universe flows through you and to you. Beautiful. Focus, leadership, and flow. So, what expectations do you have for yourself that are impossible to meet? And how can you, you know, surrender it a little bit to source and remember that you are not your past. You're not your future either. But you are, however, the ever-present moment of now. So what are you choosing to be in this moment of now? How about we close this out with a few affirmatorist cards? The affirmatorist cards are by knockknockstuff.com, and they have tons of awesome stuff. I think they even have a affirmatorist tarot. Eventually I would really like to get that. It may be on my list of new tarot cards to get. Because, you know, 21 decks is never enough. Alright, we get engagement, which is extremely important right now. And get centered. So the get centered card is one of our favorite ad libs, and it says, when it gets to be too much, whatever it is, we can close our eyes and return to our center. In our center, we have the wisdom and tranquility of our favorite animal holding a magical item floating through space on a piece of furniture. Kind of like this rabbit on the unicorn and the rainbow carpet, right? And engagement says, today I make the conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. We're going to take a new route and talk to strangers. We're going to smell flowers and pet dogs. And maybe walk around barefoot for a while if we're not inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, we're going to have a day that's slightly more interesting than average. And at the most, we're going to have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change our life forever. No pressure, right? And the bottom. And in that way, we will be able to reach our ultimate potential, right? Which is the realization that you're already enough exactly as you are. So, remember everyone, we choose to live a life of our fullest potential. We trust that this will draw us towards experiences and people that support our growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, we now reach higher heights than we ever thought possible. And knowing that's an option, why would we have ever tuned into anything else? Good question, right? And there's a bonus card underneath this with the communication card. So, our bonus card from the affirmators today says, wonder how that other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. Because you've just been drafted into the communication army, Magic Tribe. And where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. So speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. And isn't that true, right? Sometimes when we don't get the answers that we need from someone else, we make one up in our head, and a lot of times it's 10 times worse than what's actually occurring. So remember to communicate. Communicate and communicate some more. That way, you never have to guess. And that includes communicating with your own soul. So ask yourself today, do you feel worthy? And if your answer is no, burn that thought to the ground. And remember, you are the phoenix rising. And all you have to do is remember that crown is already on your head. And open up your wings and fly. Thank you, as always, for joining me yet again. And if you're looking for a personal reading, hit me up in the chat box or in the comments, or shoot me an email at majikministries@gmail.com and we'll hook you up. But remember, we are the light and the love of the universe. We are God, Godding, life, lifing, and love, loving. So go out and be that in everything that you do. Because we are humans being, not humans doing. So, most of all, remember all your wants and needs are met above and beyond your greatest expectation. Because everything is always working out for you. Because you're safe, loved, and protected. And I love you beyond measure. So go out, be good. Be good to yourselves. But most of all, keep being good to each other. We are what's making the world go round right now. So when you're looking around and all you see is darkness, remember, you're the light. And hold it up higher. Smile at someone, even if it's just yourself in the mirror. And know, it's always going to be brighter tomorrow. And I'll see all of you tomorrow. So, until next time, see you soon.